Hi guys, thanks for joining me for another video. I'm back with another Six Flags video. These particular photos I cut down. I want to say these are wallet size. I'm not sure of the size and I didn't measure them, so I'm not gonna try to guess and see what they are. But I did place them on. I'm using the Atlas paper again, by Pink Paisley, and I use this particular paper, and I set up my photos like a photo booth. You know how you get like the strip of photos in a photo booth. So I had three of them left, and these particular photos they were riding on a roller coaster and getting ready to ride the roller coaster, and then they were also riding some type of ride that you go up um, really high and you can look down. I don't know which ones it was, but I mean these guys were riding on everything. This photo is of like my nieces, nephews, my children. I think it was, matter of fact, this was Father's Day. So we pretty much had all of the kids with us, me and my husband. So altogether we had about seven kiddos with us, and so this is all of them on the different roller coasters and stuff. And uh, now what I'm doing is I'm just pulling out some strips of paper and I'm aligning up on the side. This particular my background paper is from October Afternoon. I'm still using my July kit from Hip Kit. And so that frame is from crepe paper. It's the frame that I'm using, all of the chipboard sticker pieces that I have. And then the wood veneer pieces that I'm using is from Ellis Studio. And it did have to do with food, but as you can see, I'm finding different wood veneers that could go with anything. I want to make sure you guys see that love this. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna break it. You'll see pretty soon when I start adhering it to the page. And now I got that particular chipboard piece off of my plastic paper. It has on there, "Let's Ride into the Sunset." And so I thought that was perfect, perfect, perfect for this particular layout since they were riding on all these rides. Down here, I thought that I was going to use a bottom cluster, but I'm actually going to cover up the cheers. The cheers is like a little tag, and I thought for sure I was going to use it, but I'm not. I'm going to use it, but I'm not going to, uh, it's not going to say cheers. It's going to actually have that piece on it. Now I'm just starting to adhere my photo and things to the page. I was trying not to lose too much of how I set it up before. I'm actually using that background paper. It's upside down. If you notice, the manufacturer strip was turned the other way. Um, this is like it looks like a sunburst paper, and I wanted it to look as if, they were coming off the page with the different roller coasters and stuff like that. So I thought this was a really fun background paper to use. That heart is Ellie Studio. The wood piece is Ellie Studio. And on there, I'm adding some gold ink to give it a little shimmer, which is what I've been using with that kit. Now watch this, guys. This is that Love It, Love This. I went to put some like adhesive dots on it, and it broke. Oh, I was so devastated. I was like, what am I gonna do? I really wanted to use that one this way. And so I am actually gonna take my quick dry adhesive. I didn't wanna use the dots on that fave tag because I didn't want it to fall apart, but I'm going to use my quick dry adhesive and I'm actually going to glue that Love This to my page, but you cannot tell that it's broken. So I'm really happy I was able to do that because you won't be able to tell. And so That's what I'm doing right here. I'm piecing it back together, and now I have it pointing towards the kids with the roller coaster, and then they have their arms up. And as you can see, I did move my layout over a little bit to the side, and as you can see, I'm pointing towards that particular wood piece that was broken. And now I'm just adding that heart and cheers back onto the page, and I'm rubbing right here because I got a little piece of glue right there, so I was just rubbing it off. And then now I'm adding that chipboard piece, Let's Ride into the Sunset. And then I'm going to start putting my title onto the page. And my title for this page is Thrill Seekers. And I'm going to use the October afternoon letters. Now, before I do that, though, I am actually putting some flags on here. I took strips of the paper that I was using. As you can see, the strips, it had like a wood grain type of texture on the back of that strip paper. I don't know, I'm not sure what that paper is. I'll have to look and see. You guys are going to see that paper again. But the chipboard pieces had kites inside of it, so I cut them apart and I made like these flags, and I'm going to use 6 of them. As you remember, my last title was over 6 flags over Texas, so this time, instead of me putting 6 flags in the title, I'm just going to add 6 little chipboard stickers as flags. And I didn't want to use strips all the way across, so I just placed those. Some of the flags are just floating, and some of them are on strips of paper. So you'll see in a moment. I'm gonna have a couple of them floating, and then I think I'm gonna have 3 of them on. 4 of them are going to be on strips of paper, and then the other 2 are like going to be floating on the page. But I really like how they turned out with the strips. And then I love the fact that they had a gold one in there, yellow. Pretty much, like I said, I just cut those um, kites apart because I was thinking, well, what am I going to use kites for? And they might not have been kites. They could have just been like some kind of diamond shape, but I thought maybe they were kites. So anyway, I cut them apart. And here I was thinking that I would use that, but guess what, guys? I had used the quick dry adhesive, so I just like threw my hands up at it. I was like, I'm gonna leave that alone before I tear my page. With quick dry adhesive, I wouldn't recommend pulling it off your page unless you're pulling it off right away before it actually adheres. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working on that title. Again, my title is Thrill Seekers, and I use the October afternoon. And you see I'm playing with this T because I was talking to my son at the time, and I didn't realize I was sitting there playing with it, and when I put it on there, it's not going to be as sticky. And so you're going to see I'm going to take off and then because I was talking to him, I started spelling thrill the wrong way. And I'm like, oh my goodness, little boy, you're distracting mommy. So anyway, I had to go back and pull my I and L off and add my R. And I'm gonna remove my R too, because once you see I'm taking it off of this packaging, it's gonna peel my stickers a little bit. And now I picked up the other letters from October afternoon, and I'm spelling out seekers. And as you can see, it's not that lined up. And so I'm actually going to pull out my ruler here in a minute to actually make this line up perfectly. And I'm just placing my letters onto my ruler. And then I am going to fix that R. I'm going to replace it with another one because, like I said, I pulled it off of the um, plastic packaging, and it kind of got it wasn't as sticky. So pretty much I had to find my letters again, and I'm gonna replace the R and I'm gonna replace the T because I wanted to make sure it stays on the page. And once I do that, guys, that's pretty much going to complete my layout. I'm going to go ahead and lay my title down, Thrill Seekers. And in my still pictures, you will see that I do add some more wood grain pieces to the layout and some pretty much paint dots. So that's pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for joining me and have a great weekend. Bye.